The evidence seems to indicate that you're watching dolly fishing.
Fingerprints of the dead, cold as stone. He's got the scoop, best around town known. Dolly Vision headlines, King of Peace. Truth unravels, crackling through the heat. Lost soul shining, echoes in the night. Rock the truth while live on air light. Top it up, Dolly Vision's dreaming real. True crime scene blast feels so unreal. YouTube madness like share, subscribe. Jack's on fire, burning the world's fire. Where's the baby missing shadows crawl? People whisper footsteps down the hall. Fingerprints of the dead, cold as stone. He's got the scoop, best around town known. Dolly Vision headlines, King of Peace. Truth unravels, crackling through the heat. Lost soul shining, echoes in the night. Rock the truth while live on air light.
YouTube, where's the babies? Where's the babies? That's the question that I am asking you guys today. Still no answers for Jack and Lily Sullivan. Okay, before you asked, yes, I am in a hotel room. I am in Raleigh, North Carolina, Kakalaki to be exact. Okay, for GalaxyCon 2025. I just left there to take a little break, get a little air conditioning, get off my feet for a little while. I am going back there tonight. They are having an outdoor event with the Hardy Boys wrestling out in the streets. Okay, so I'm going to be there to watch that tonight, and also the Goo Goo Dolls are in town, and I guess they got a big sold out show that is going on. So downtown Raleigh is crazy today. Okay, but this AC, let me tell you, it feels good. It is a very, very hot day here. So if you're tuning in, nothing's changed. Just because Dolly's in a hotel room, don't mean you don't gotta like the video. You definitely gotta like the video. Also, if you're out there watching, you're brand new, make sure you sub up, ring the bell for notifications. Help us hit 71,000 people. I may have hit it already. I'm not quite sure, but I don't know. I doubt it. So make sure y'all sub up the channel, ring the bell for notifications, and of course, feel free to share my ugly face, this one you see right here, on any social media platform you choose. Okay, now in the Jack and Lily Sullivan case, which I haven't had a lot of time to talk about it this week because I've been, on the run since Thursday out here in Raleigh, just hanging out, living my best life. Okay, but these kids are still missing, no answers. A lot of people are starting to talk, saying things, rumoring things. Even Malaya's mom's old man came out. We seen a video emerge of a man trying to buy a horse trailer where he videotaped the conversation with him and Malaya's mom's old man. Now, we learned a lot, and it was close, believe it or not, to what old Durwood himself was saying, but a little bit different. because, Durwood was saying he was taking up for Daniel, which makes no sense. Why would you take up for somebody that everybody else is saying such horrible, terrible things about? They're saying this man is going to the Methodist church. And not only did the man say that about Daniel, but he said he was also making it. I don't know if y'all caught that in the video. And I was thinking, well, it does sort of look like Breaking Bad out there in them damn woods of Nova Scotia, right? So it's not a good look. And then the abuse that the family was alleging that Daniel done, on Jack and Lily and Malaya. Now, this may be a reason she packed up and left. And, Daniel's making it out to be like everything was okay. And it's definitely not. It is 94 in Raleigh. With the humidity, that means it's 110 degrees. Okay? It's hot. I was outside cooking. As soon as I walked out the convention center, waiting for the Uber, I was like, oh my God, it is hot. But let me give my warnings before we jump too far into this. Dolly Visions for entertainment purposes. Not only we talk news, rumors, gossip, speculation, theories, mixed with a little bit of comedy and a whole lot of chaos. So don't take nothing here as fact, just my opinion, people. Of course, we ain't taking calls today, all right? And everyone is innocent to proven guilty in a court of law. And don't try to be Dolly at home. It's dangerous. Or in a hotel room. All right, they may bill you extra. But anyway, so I know I told you guys the other night when I was here that I didn't know if I was going to get to meet Art the Clown in costume because I couldn't get into the venue until 3. Well, they upgraded my ticket and I was able to get into the venue to meet Art the Clown in costume. And here is the picture, guys. Check it out. Me and Art the Clown. Boo. Look at that cool dude. And I'm talking about Art the Clown, not me. Okay. But that's me and Art the Clown. Bow. All right, so that worked out. I did get to meet Art the Clown in I met him anyway, our costume, but I did get to take the picture of me and him with him in costume. And something else I got that it was really cool that I want to show y'all. I'm gonna make it quick. Is I got to meet Jason Voorhees from the 09 reboot of Friday the 13th. Right, so he signed this for me. Y'all see it? Jason carrying a Bible at the Camp Crystal Lake sign. And it says, to Jimmy, the only one that got away. Jason, 09. Okay. And then Elliot, the boy that's in the movie Terrifier, from the shirt I'm wearing today. I got that from him. And it says, Elliot, his name, they never found the body. They're holding Slayer records. And it says, stay metal. Okay. I just wanted to share those with you guys. And, of course, there's a lot of celebrities there. And for you guys that tuned into my live stream earlier today, what's up, Dolly and chat? What's up, Elevated Truth? So we got a lot of people accusing Daniel of being on the bad stuff, on, some of those heavy duties is what we're going to call them. We'll call it diesel, right? He on that diesel fuel. And, allegedly is abusing the kids and abusing Malaya. And we learned that CPS was called out to the trailer in December. Okay? So the CPS knew of this abuse or alleged abuse that was taking place. So is this another case of where the CPS has failed Jack and Lily? Now, we also heard that Malaya is going to the beach every day, living her best life, out single and ready to mingle, okay? And that's a little crazy that she has an apartment next to the chief on the reservation already. So the reservation has taken her in, but we also heard that the kids were not with Malaya on the reservation because Malaya's mom's boyfriend had been there and he didn't see the kids, allegedly. Okay, allegedly these kids are not there. I don't believe they're there anyway because I don't believe these kids are with us anymore. That, somebody has done something with this. And even from that interview that leaked from the horse trailer, the man said he believes that these kids are buried somewhere in the woods. Now, somebody sent me a picture the other day of Daniel's driveway, and there was a fresh hole dug in the driveway. Okay? Now, it looked like it had been filled in. You know how Janie said she was raking to level the ground? But there is a spot in the driveway that has been filled. Now, was she out there with a shovel? And another thing is, why did they do all this work to do this interview on the house? Painted the sheds, painted the chicken coop, painted the fence, cleaned up the yard. But they didn't do this when the kids were there. Okay? And, we hear Daniel talking about how he was the super parent of these children, that Malaya didn't do nothing. But coming from the other side, Daniel abused these kids. Now, look, we seen pictures of Jack and Lily before Malaya had got up with Daniel. Okay? And the kids looked healthy. They looked clean. They looked like they were well taken care of. Just from the pictures, but it's hard to tell from a picture, right? But then once Daniel came into the picture, we see the kids, they're starting to look a little more raggedy. They're looking a little more disheveled. They're looking a little more like they got bruises on them. Now, and we also know that Lily, when she went missing, had a black eye. Now, they're saying that she fell on a Tonka truck and blacked her eye. But, now we got two kids in the last couple months that both have had black eyes. Now, kids play, they get hurt. I get it. They get bruises. But think about this. How many times have you blacked your eye accidentally? Right? Not too much. Like, I mean, I can understand if you could possibly walk into a doorknob once. And then we got the bruises on Jack's face. And at the same time, we got people alleging abuse. Now, you got people alleging abuse. You got bruises. I mean, 1 and 1 equals 2. Okay? Where there's smoke, there's usually fire. I have 3 kids, and none of them has had a black eye. Yes, right? Because usually parents, look after the kids to make sure they don't get hurt. But, Jack and Lily was living in something that looked like out of a Saw movie, a damn death trap shack in the middle of damn Nova Scotia. And the RCMP have failed. The CPS have failed these children. Everybody that was there to take care of these kids failed. From the CPS to the RCMP to Daniel to Malaya, they were there to protect these kids, and none of them did it. I mean, I'm at the point now: are they going to lock anybody up, or are they going to do anything about Jack and Lily missing? They're slowly starting to lose attention. Okay, are these kids going to fade off into nothing like we've seen so many kids before do that had even more press than Jack and Lily? People have forgot about. And it's sad because are we ever going to get answers, or is it just going to be one of those cases where the internet moves on and all we hear about is, the 1 year anniversary, the 2 year anniversary, the 3 year anniversary, and nobody goes to jail for the disappearance of these kids. Nobody goes to jail for lying to the authorities. Nobody goes to jail for abuse or neglect. I just can't believe what's going on. I mean, in America, one kid goes missing, you may get away with it. You may, there's people that have Sebastian Rogers, Summer Wells, and usually that's just in Tennessee. But if you go missing anywhere else in the States, especially two kids, your ass is going to jail. It ain't going to be no running, hiding on a reservation. It ain't going to be none of that. I'm not answering questions because they're going to have you down at the police station every 5 seconds like they did Leilani and Megan Boswell. Um, and even Megan Boswell was out of Tennessee. That's the one case Tennessee didn't drop the ball on was Megan Boswell. They actually got her. Hello, Dolly. Hello, guys. Good to see y'all. If y'all just tuning in, there ain't many people here with us. I don't know if my notifications really went out, and I didn't post that I was coming live. It's just one of those last minute pop in kind of things. So I'm going to need you guys to hit the like on this video. At least that way it may get into the algorithm just a little bit. And some people may see it today. Um, Dolly is in Raleigh, North Carolina, GalaxyCon. Thank you, Sage. Yeah, that is where I'm at. And, I've been walking around and I've been thinking about, what's been going on in the case. Because, true crime is just who I am. And, we have CrimeCon 2025 coming up. And I don't think I'm going to be at CrimeCon, right? It's an okay event, but there's these other cons are way better than CrimeCon. I hate to say it, they are. There's just more to it, than just Nancy Grace. That's the biggest highlight of CrimeCon. You can meet Nancy Grace, but once you've met Nancy Grace, you've met Nancy Grace. And the lineup for CrimeCon this year is the exact same lineup it was last year. So I can't believe that the price of the tickets and that that lineup is the same thing over and over again. That's why they move it from state to state because it would be dead the next year. Like once people went to it once, it really it's not that much to it. It's like way overpriced, right? Like you can go here and meet every celebrity in the world at GalaxyCon, and it's half the price, half, right? They juice you so bad for. Even if you try to you can get a table at GalaxyCon for like $400. Do you want a decent sized table at CrimeCon? It's like $2,000, right? And if you want them to advertise your brand, it's like $50,000. That is a money grab ass. You're not gonna probably catch me at it this year, right? It's just I'm gonna go take a vacation. That instead of spending all that money, that useless money at damn CrimeCon, I'm gonna go take me a vacation somewhere because it's just a fortune. Y'all should start your own. We've been thinking about doing something like that because we're in a very big tourist spot ourselves, Virginia Beach, and there is a place that we can contact that may let us host a convention there. And all you gotta do is pay Nancy, right? Pay Nancy and get Nancy a hotel room to fly. Something nice, She'll need to stay somewhere nice, like I'm staying. And I bet she would come, right? It's all just advertising her stuff. So, and then of course, set it up like GalaxyCon does. So, see, the only difference is at CrimeCon is you can just walk up and meet those people, right? At GalaxyCon, you got to pay for a picture, you got to pay for autographs and things like that. But that's how they pay everybody, right? So you do the same thing with Nancy. You can meet Nancy, but let's say it's going to cost you $25 to get an autograph. Then you take that $25 and you pay Nancy that money, and then you got the money to get Nancy at the damn whatever we call our convention, right? So me and PJ may put something together for next year for around August. That'll give us 1 year to plan it, build the website. But we wanted to do something to where we invite a bunch of YouTubers. So YouTubers, people from TV, B-list celebrities, kind of like GalaxyCon, but with YouTubers. Honestly, GalaxyCon would be better if it had YouTubers. Right? I truly think if they added a row of YouTubers, some of the bigger YouTubers. I think that would be cool. Not that I'm a big YouTuber, but it'd be cool to meet some of the bigger YouTubers here, even at GalaxyCon. So maybe we can work on something like that, trying to put something together of our own and have a big, gathering of the turtles too, So you'll get, at least Dolly and some celebrities and some true crime people. I mean, the biggest two people at CrimeCon this year it's mostly YouTubers, right? And Nancy Grace and Chris Hansen. And CrimeCon said I was too controversial to get a booth at CrimeCon, but yet, they got Chris Hansen, Mr. Writes bad checks. You know, that's pretty controversial. Remember, he was getting locked up. They got mug shots of him, but he's not controversial. Nancy, much as I love Nancy, she's pretty controversial. She blames people just like I do. Top Mom, Casey Anthony, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, she's pretty controversial, Nancy is. And so I don't get it. I don't get it. They just anti Dolly. So we move on from that and we either join a different, like, convention, like GalaxyCon next year or something, set up a booth. Or this year, GalaxyCon will be in Richmond this year too. Again, they travel around. There's a lot of GalaxyCons. They all over the country. We love you, Dolly, and I love you guys too. Um, it's just certain people out there. I'm the red-headed stepchild of true crime. They don't love Dolly like y'all guys do. They got no respect like Rodney Dangerfield. Maybe some good. I don't know what that said. Start up your own thing, Dolly. More attention than the others. I mean, I can. And we may set something up like that and try to get a lot of people involved in it. It's just the thing about it, it's a lot of startup money, right? And you got to come up with that money to rent the venue and for the promotion of it. But it ain't like it can't be done. It can be done. We just, we would need a lot of help doing it. At least the first year. Did I get in to see Art the Clown? Says Tammy. Yes, me and Art. So yeah, I got to get in to see Art, and I'm going back up there in just a little while. I came back to take a break, man. The last time I went to GalaxyCon, no lie, I got the big CVID. Went to the doctor, tested positive. When you're around this many thousands of people in that close area, Dolly, I'm going to CrimeCon. Would love to meet. Well, you probably ain't gonna meet me at CrimeCon. They got no respect or no love for Dolly. And basically, I seen the show last year, and it's the same show. It's the same thing. So, I mean, is it worth me flying out to Colorado and spending all that money on to meet my fans when I could do something else on the East Coast where more people would come see me? I'm more of an East Coast kind of person, and I think we would have the biggest turnout on the East Coast. I don't think I have a big following in Colorado. So what good does it really do me to I can't even advertise my brand there. They won't let me put up a banner. They won't let me get a chair. Uh, they just want the same people every year. I mean, more power to them. I mean, it is what it is. I do fine without it. My channel's still growing. If you look at my numbers compared to their numbers, I do better numbers than their whole damn shit. So, do I really need them to promote myself? No, I think I've done a really good job of promotion without the help of CrimeCon. You live in North Carolina, but would love to see Denver. And I don't know nothing about no Denver, so I doubt I go this year. I'm thinking about going to the Bahamas. All right, maybe if you're in the Bahamas, you can come meet Dolly. Might go to damn Honduras. That's what me and PJ are talking about anyway. Is skipping it and going on a cruise. You want to meet me? Get on the boat. All right, get on the boat. I think we would have more fun, and I'll just stream live from there. I don't, without having a spot at CrimeCon, it don't help me promote my brand, right? And that's what it would be for me, because I really, it ain't that fun. It ain't that much fun, right? Like once you go through it, and it's small, right? It's nowhere near the size of GalaxyCon. I mean, it's small. And once you see the people, that's it. I mean, unless you want to walk in circles for 3 days, that's pretty much it. So if I can't promote my brand of Dolly Vision, and okay, like look, at the max, there were probably 5,000 people at CrimeCon. There's 5,000 people sitting outside of GalaxyCon. Okay, there's 5,000 people in the parking lot at any given time. Okay, you go inside, there's thousands of people through the halls, through the. It's so many people you won't even believe it today. But they got way more going on, So I can. It's bigger. To whereas they're having theirs at little hotels, Galaxy Cons are having theirs at big convention centers. So we booked a cruise to Canada. Didn't see Lily and Jack. We took a cruise to Canada. Okay. I got my glasses with me. We're going to the Bahamas. All right. So we're leaving sometime, I think, in early September. It was PJ took off so we could go to CrimeCon. But like I said, CrimeCon denied us, said no, wouldn't give us a booth, sent our money back. So fuck it, we're going on a cruise, right? We're going to go to the Bahamas, sit back, drink margaritas. You can have your same convention. Lily and Jack have not been found. No, definitely have not been found. There hasn't been no sightings, no real new clues, just a lot of people saying things, that are alleging that there was abuse taking place. But we kind of figured that anyway, right? We kind of figured that anyway. And PJ deserves some time off. Yes, 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 she does. She's been working hard, and I wish she could have came down here with me. But it's good for her to get a break from my aggravating ass every now and then. Could you imagine putting up with me every day? It's hard. It's hard work. So she's out living her best life. I hit her up earlier. She was in the swimming pool, and she's going to go hang out with her daughter, and they're out doing things. So it gives a little break from me. She probably needs it. She says she don't. But I think she does. I think she does. I say we join up and put our. Hold on, what did that say? Hold on. I say we join up and put our together. I don't have my glasses ourselves, Dolly. Got the experience. Just okay. Yeah, I mean, if you want to go in on it and help on the booking and promotion of it, basically the booking end of it, we can try to get something together. I say we least need, if I'm going to put on any kind of convention, we're going to need 1 year or at least 9 months. I would say at least 9 months to promote it. One, to put it together is going to take a couple months, and then at least a few months of promotion, building a website, booking the people, vendors, um, and paying everybody, right? Crowdsourcing to get the revenue to to pay everybody, at least until we get, the door money back. So that's the biggest thing, and some radio advertising, especially if we do it local. You can advertise for a month here on the radio for like $700. I used to do it with my band, so I know about the rates that it goes for. Um, I say so maybe something like that. If I would want to do it in the summertime because Virginia Beach is a tourist spot. It'd be a little more expensive in the summertime, but I think turnout would be better in the summertime. So Dolly Con, no, it wouldn't be nothing like that. It would be something to do with, you know, YouTubian Con or something. I don't know. It'd be something to do with YouTube and true crime, and I don't want to just do it true crime. I want to do it open to everybody, kind of a convention, like celebrities, horror movie people, YouTubers, and that's kind of how GalaxyCon is, right? It's open to comic book people, so everybody wants to come. It's something for everybody. That's how an event needs to be anyway. If you try to market towards one crowd of people, like true crime is big, but it ain't that big, right? But if you add true crime, horror, movies, comic books, anime, you start throwing all these extra things in, and then you need a convention center big as the one I'm at, because thousands and thousands of people will show up if it's done right and you got the right people there. So YouTubianville, we'll come up with something catchy, you know, Tuba Palooza. We'll come up with something, and long as we got a year to do it, from August to August, I say by next year we would have it booked up, ready to rock and roll, and it can be done. It can easily be done. It's no different than booking a big concert. I mean, I do have some friends that work in promotion still that I could go to, but that would work great if we were doing music. I don't know. I don't have any friends really into movie stars and people in movies. If I wanted to get big bands, I know I could get big bands. I know the people that are connected to big bands. But as far as how you put together what's like I'm at today, that would be a little more trickier. I like Dolly Con. Dolly Con. No, that because it ain't just about me. I would just be one person there. You know what I'm saying? I don't want it to be all about me. I ain't that big on YouTube, so Creator Con, Razzle Dazzle Con. Does it have to be a con? Why is con after everything? I think if you put con on it, people show up. I don't know. We got a lot of comic cons, Tidewater Con, horror cons, Frightmare. That's Galaxy Con owns Frightmare too. So they do at Halloween time. They do horror ones, and it's called Frightmare. So definitely, if we did do something like that, I would want to get people like AWP. Maybe not those, the dude Jared, but people that search like the diver. Different people that search for missing people and true crime people, and just creators in general. So, and that would be easy because most YouTubers, their emails are there, and and I like to keep it, price reasonable. I don't, family friendly because some of these conventions are so expensive, like CrimeCon. This one that I'm at's not that expensive. I mean, some parts of it are expensive. Like if you want a million autographs or something, it would be expensive. But just far as to get in for the weekend, it's $250. That ain't bad. That ain't horrible, right? To meet some of your favorite people and stuff like that. Let's see what it says. Um, what's up at PJ Vision? So, but we'll work on that, right? We already know the venue we would do it at because me and PJ went to a horror con, and it was the place where I met Candyman and the dude from Child's Play, the kid from Child's Play was there. So they do pretty good conventions, and I'm sure it wouldn't be like nothing crazier. I mean, I'm sure the nicer the facility, the more it's going to cost to do it, to the initial payment. I think once the initial payment is paid for the venue, the rest of it, it falls under that you build it, they will come kind of rule. And I think that's what would end up happening. But Canada, for all my people out there watching from Canada, I know I got a little squirrel talking about other stuff today. Y'all got to put the pressure on the RCMP. They have failed the people of Canada. The CPS, DCF, or whatever y'all want to call it there in Canada, Child Protective Services, have failed Jack and Lily. Malaya and Daniel have failed Jack and Lily. So, my Canadian viewers out there, everybody else has failed them. You can't. Okay? You can't fail these kids. It's down to you guys, the people of Canada, to let your voices be heard. I don't know if y'all need to get out there and start protesting the RCMP or what the rules are against that. Will they lock your ass up? I mean, I don't know. But start calling down there and saying, hey, we want answers for these kids. We demand answers for these kids. What are you doing to find these kids? What are you doing to bring answers? Because nothing else seems to be working. Nothing. And the longer this goes, the less and less people are going to care, or something's going to happen and another kid's going to go missing somewhere, and all the attention is going to move to the other kid, and Jack and Lily are going to be left in the dust with no answers, and nobody even discussing it, right? So you don't want that to happen. You definitely don't want that to happen. So, and there ain't a crazy circus around Jack and Lily. I mean, it's a little bit, but nothing like, in Sebastian Rogers or Don and Candace Wells. And you look, people don't talk about them that much right now. So, and they were big cases here in the States. So, in something crazy always happens every year. It does. So, something's bound to happen. And then Jack and Lily are going to lose a lot of attention. So, for the people of Canada, Dolly, hope you enjoy your trip. Thank you. Thank you, guys. You got to put this pressure on now while you have the support of the internet. All right? Because these same people that are talking about now, you know, we tend to stick to shit that's trendy. I always go back to each kid, even back to Summer Wells, Michael Monkey Vaughn. But a lot of people don't. They just stick with straight to trend. And I was hoping that this would get more attention and more YouTubers would grab onto it than actually did, which I'm surprised they didn't. But it's weird. Like I, I don't know how the cases, some of them get so big and some of them just don't hardly get any attention. Like I don't get to pick which ones do and which ones don't. And it's already been going on for months, and I don't know. It's already, to me, it's losing steam, and that ain't good. That's the last thing you want in a missing kid's case. Unless you're the parents that did it, right? If you Malaya and Daniel, you hoping and praying that it dies down, right? But if you somebody that wants justice for kids and you want answers, that's the last thing you want, man. I want to turn on YouTube and see everybody up here talking about them, and that puts that pressure up there. Right now, the RCMP, they don't have a lot of pressure on them, and they're not doing nothing. The CPS, why didn't they do anything in December when they went out to that shitty meth lab looking house that they lived in, and they didn't remove the kids? They thought that was good environment. And we heard that Malaya is in debt to her grandmother like $34,000 because Turtle Gang. Rest in peace. Who? Oliver? Is that what that says? Who is that? Turtle Gang. Hey Jimmy. Hey guys. I don't have my glasses on. Let me find my glasses real fast. I couldn't really even see what that said. Did she say who that was? Your dog? Which dog? Oh man, that sucks. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Poor little doggy. Give it a good burial. Did anyone hear Malaya's stepdad say Daniel's daughter didn't like Malaya? She said Malaya locked her in a room. So, in my opinion, they're both abusive. I absolutely 100 agree with you on that, Dolly. Sorry for your loss. Sorry for your dog. RCMP are watching all these channels. Daniel lives in the middle of nowhere and will take so many searches to find him. They're not going to find these kids. I truly believe these kids have been buried. Now that's just my opinion. I'm not happy seeing Daniel is seeing Meadow at CPS. His right should be taken away, at least until the case is over. Um, Marissa Molly has actor connections, Dolly. Yeah, maybe, right? Molly knows a bunch of people. She's friends with Vinny pretty good. I bet RCMP solves before TBI solves any. TBI solved Megan Boswell. Yeah. So what do they strike out a lot, but every now and then they get a hit. Cannon ain't solving shit. I, I hate to say it. RCMP dropped the ball. They waited 3 weeks to even look for video footage. Uh, I don't have no faith in these people should be in jail, and they're not. Are you having fun, Dolly? What events do you have planned today? Yes, I'm having fun. I got to meet a lot of horror movie people. I got to meet Jason Voorhees. Got to meet Art the Clown. I got to meet the boy Elliot from Terrifier. I talked to Mick Foley. Uh, we seen the dude that played Bucky Lasseter just a few minutes ago. So tonight I'm going back to GalaxyCon because right outside they're having a wrestling match with the Hardy Boys. So they're going to be out there wrestling, and I'm going to try to be out there for that that's at 8 o'clock. So I'm going to go back up there around 6, right? So here in about an hour and a half, then I'm going to watch that. Then I'm going to get me some food somewhere, and I'm going to come back here and crash out so I can leave to head back to Virginia early in the morning. Um, the female predator was great. Yeah, that was a cool one. Hey Jimmy, did you see that Hulk Hogan died? Yes, I seen Hulk Hogan died. RCMP sucks. Have they always had that? Will pass the buck, as the saying goes, and the case will turn cold. Get a tip or information to share. Email Dolly jimmyjams at gmail.com. Thank you, everyone. My first fur baby. Loss. Oh my God, I am broken. Okay. Yeah. They don't live forever. That's the thing about dogs. They only got a lifespan of 15 years most. Dolly, what do you think of Dakota? I don't even know who that is. You wouldn't seen the Fantastic Four. Um, I loved your costume, Dolly. I guess I need glasses. I don't know what that said. Hold on. Move. Handsome as always. Thank you. Yeah, the Malaya stepfather does have a mouth on him. Bandit is my picture. He's 15. Yeah, it depends on what type of dog you got. Chihuahuas live a long time, right? They can live up to like 19 years. One of my dogs is 10 years old and the other's 4. I got my baby cremated. My puppy dog, 13 years old. Yay, I found out. Nah, blah, 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 blah. Um, Dolly, you should message to Nancy Grace too, in my opinion, to lose. We need coverage at the moment. Yeah, if we would have to we'd have to mass spam Nancy, to get her to notice it. And I don't know why she has it. Maybe because it's in Canada, and some of these stations, they American people usually only cover American kids. I mean, I don't know. I don't know the reason why America didn't latch on to Jack and Lily. It's I don't know. I think all kids are important, like no matter where you're from. Your dog lived for 15 years. Both my dogs, currently 10, a lab and a terrier in my photo. Okay. Get him, Miss Ann Horn. It's been crickets with the Sebastian case and crickets with Lily and Jack. No new updates for either for a while. Yeah, Nancy covered Maddie McCann. Okay. Well, if we could get Nancy on it, would be great. Would it be in 2 kids? And I do have an email to Nancy's producer. I was just saying that, PJ. I was just saying that. You do have Nancy's producer's contact information. I know it's in my emails. Um, so maybe we can see what we can do. I can shoot it over to her. I can't, that's up to Nancy what she covers and what she talks about. But I can mention it to her producers, and they're always with Nancy. They're always right there with her. So you never know. Where's the best to spam her, Dolly? I mean, I don't know. I don't want to encourage like driving the woman crazy over something. Uh, but I mean, it never hurts to mention it. Like, just don't tell her I told you. You know what I'm saying? Well, I've always just turned one. They are on my photos. Oh, there's a lot of you guys that have your animals as your default pictures. Send them Daniel's interviews. Yes, yeah. I mean, wait till I get home tomorrow, and we'll put a little press pack together, and I'll send it to Nancy's producers. Okay, and see if there's something they'd be interested in. I think once they sat down and watched it, I think the reason they didn't notice it is because P Diddy was going on, and in America, P Diddy is a big deal, I guess. And not to me, right? I'm like FP Diddy. Let's find these kids, man. I don't know why the news don't talk about important stuff. I guess exploitation is still the same, and P Diddy needs to be off the streets and all that stuff, right? I guess it's important, but I think there's other things that are more important than P Diddy. But listen, we need to get all these people off the street that are like that, right? I mean, what are they going to do? Let him out, and then all he's going to do is continue to hurt kids and people. He's a monster. Everyone failed these babies in every way. We can't fail them too, Dolly. Thank you so much, Dolly. We figured it out, buddy. Shh, we won't. That's what I think. That's what I'm seeing. Like all we can do is spread awareness, especially from where I'm at, right? there ain't much I can do, like personally do, other than use my platform to spread awareness in the hopes that something will happen. And that's what I did from the very beginning. And it just didn't go as far as I wished it would have. I was hoping, it was going to turn into a big deal, and it just never did. It's really, to me, a really big deal. But I can't make it a really big deal to everyone, right? I tried, but I guess, I was a little unsuccessful in this one. But it's no reason to give up yet, right? Ain't no reason to quit. So, like I said, when we get back to the studio, we'll put some stuff together of Daniel's interviews, Malaya's, and I'll do a little write up and I'll send it over to whoever's in my contacts, Court TV, Banfield, Nancy Grace. We'll try to get it out to those people and see if they'll cover anything on it. It's like they're late now. A lot of people don't like to jump into things late. We're months in. Usually people like to cover things within the first week or 2 weeks. We're going on 3 months, right? Almost 3 months now. The kids went missing on what, the 2nd of May? May 2nd? So we're talking May, June, July, August, 3 months. Sucks. But it is what it is. And nobody arrested, you know. And I don't trust these lie detector tests whatsoever. Banfield is super easy going. She is so little. She is the littlest lady I think I've ever met. Like I told Banfield when I met her, I said, you look bigger on TV. Like when I see you on TV, you look like a normal sized woman. But in like real life, she's like this tall. And I'm short. So she's tiny, but she is super sweet, super nice lady. Um, Happy, but then again, Banfield makes good money. I'd be happy too. Ain't got nothing to be sad about, right? What's up, folks? We're almost at 71K. You love Banfield? I think she's a super sweet, nice lady. So's Nancy. Nancy's a little more intimidating, because of how she carries herself. It's the eyebrows, the Nancy brows. So Nancy's a little more intimidating than Banfield, and but either one of them talking about it, even Vinny. If we get Vinny talking about it, Vinny's been talking about he was too busy with the Karen Reed stuff, right? Simping for Karen Reed. I still like Vinny. He's an OG, but he was simping hard for Karen Reed. I was like, come on, Vinny. You can't be that naive, right? But you can't always be right. You can't be right about every single case. If you want to see how useless the RCMP are, read up on the Highway of Tears and how many of young girls. Yeah, I'm seeing it in this. I'm seeing people lie to the authorities, lie to the media, tell YouTube something totally different, and then they're not making an arrest for lying to the authorities. The authorities, even in Tennessee, would arrest you for lying if they could prove you're lying. You tell two different stories. You know, Don and Candace Wells told the same story over and over again. They have. They've told the same story. Sebastian Rogers, they told the same story. They added to it, but they told the same story. Daniel and Malaya, not the same story. Not even close. They told 4 or 5 different stories, but they ain't in jail. They're woke. Yeah. It is what it is. So you, if you ain't gonna arrest people for lying, what do you think's gonna happen, right? Daniel and Malaya should be sitting in jail right now for child neglect, lying to the authorities, and they're not. Well, Durwood, didn't lie to the authorities. He just lied to the internet. There's a difference. Daniel Malaya lied to the authorities. Yeah, they're treating these people like victims and not like suspects. I think they should treat them more like suspects and not victims. Uh, Miffy, Miffy, thank you so much for your $2 super sticker. Did I say your name right or did I murder that? You the only one on the train. You riding solo today, okay? You solo like Dolly. Uh, uh, God, I'm wore out from this weekend. I done too much walking. I think that's what it is. And I'm about to go do some more. So, guys, be on the lookout around 8. If there's this outdoor wrestling that's supposed to take place here in Raleigh, I'm going to be at that and I will stream it. Let me see if my phone charged up. Rose, I'm on the train. Okay. Well, now we got 2 people on the train. Dolly get to eat something cheap. Something cheap. So I got to pack up tonight. I just threw all my shit on the bed. Housekeeping's been coming in, keeping my room clean though. That's the difference between staying at a nice hotel in a shithole, right? This is probably the nicest hotel I think I've ever stayed in. As far as the whole hotel, it's like really nice. Spirit Halloween has an Art the Clown animatronic for 200. I already got Art the Clown, life size Art the Clown. I got Freddy. I got Leatherface. I got Art the Clown. I got Beetlejuice. I got Mars Attacks. So I'm gonna go ahead and get me an Uber back up to the convention center here in just a minute. It's almost 5. Well, my phone's at 81%. I'm going to try to let it get to 100 before I leave. Is desperately trying to back Durwood up. Well, Durwood is full of shit. Okay, that's the problem with that. Is Durwood is just spreading lies that he's hearing from Daniel and Janie, and that's it. Like he don't know. He said these kids were alive. These kids ain't alive, and he was out here selling people a lot of false hope. Like I hope I'm wrong, right? Dolly. Wait. I missed something. Oh yeah, and thank you to Helena and everybody that donated earlier at when I was at GalaxyCon. I couldn't really see to thank you guys, but thank you so much for everybody that's been liking the videos, supporting the channel, super chat, and all that good stuff. Thank you so much. Like I said, I'll be back in the studio tomorrow. I'm going to try to leave here real early in the morning so I can beat traffic. Raleigh has crazy traffic, right? And I really ain't been, I have my truck here with me, but I ain't been driving anywhere. I've been Ubering pretty much everywhere. So the Ubers are costing me, but it's better because I don't have to pay to park. You got to pay to park everywhere here. So, and you got to battle traffic. I just been saying F it and taking Ubers. And I've only had one American Uber driver. He was a nice guy. Uh, Good old boy. He was the only one. I got look. So I leave the venue last night, and this is just a little bit of Dolly bitching and moaning. I get in the car with the Uber driver, some Mexican guy, right? So he's on his phone and he's talking in Spanish the whole ride, loud as hell. And I don't know if they had a baby in the car or if he had a whole trunk load of pissy baby diapers. But the whole car smelled straight like pee. And it was so bad it was burning my eyes. Right? Like it was terrible. I was in the car literally, I'm probably 10 minutes from probably the convention center, but it takes a lot longer to get there because the traffic's fucking crazy. So it's about a 30-minute ride. But I'm in the car trying to hold my breath for 30 minutes. Like I don't know. Every Uber driver is from like some other country, and it's been like different countries, like Moroccan, like dude looked like he came from Puerto Rico, dude from like damn Thailand, a dude from like just all over the world. Like ain't none of them like you would think they're all the same nationality. No, you got damn people from Egypt, people from I mean just everywhere. Because I done took a bunch of Ubers, so they're just like every foreigner in the world is an Uber driver. I guess. That's what I was scared of, is that I would smell like that when I got out in the car. And I instantly got out of the car and I came in the house, took a shower. Well, into the hotel. I said the house, but drink water. Okay. All right. I'll see what I can do. I'm drinking tea. I brought these with me. I only brought two. So this is my second one. And this is the Lipton Fusion Strawberry Lemon. Not sponsored, but they should hook a brother up, right? I could use the fundage. And this stuff is really good. If you haven't drank the Lipton Fusion, unsponsored, but these things are delicious. Right? And I like them because they're not carbonated. You don't get all gassy drinking them. So check them out. You get a chance. Strawberry lemonade. Flavor with other natural flavors. Flavor with other natural flavors. Nina, thank you so much. That is sweet of you. Thank you, PJ. I will drink some water. I promise. Just not a lot. I drank a big ass bottle like that last night. Water bottle water. You love peach tea? All right. I met Matt and Jeff briefly in 2008 when I worked at the Walmart in Spring Lake, North Carolina, maybe 30 minutes from their hometown of Cameron. I thought they were from Camden, North Carolina. I think you got it wrong. I think it's Camden, North Carolina. I don't think it's Cameron. Cameron is a rapper, but Camden, North Carolina, is where the Hardy Boys are from, I believe. Don't get used to people cleaning up your room and look, see the bed made? Now all my shit's on this bed. They ain't been messing with this bed. But they come in and wipe everything down. They change my towels out. They clean the bathroom. Um, they've been keeping everything pretty spotless in here, believe it or not. They ain't stealing none of my money. It's been sitting on the counter. You only use Lyft or a town car. But most of Uber drivers here are Lyft drivers too. They're both. Only suspect for me is Daniel. No, Malaya's a suspect too. No mother acts like that. Okay, behavior tells it all. Like Daniel is a piece of work. Elena says smart water. Okay, Elena, I don't want to be drinking none of that dumbass water. Okay, I'm dumb enough as it is. Um, so smart water it is. All right, smart water it is. I make sure I have one before I'm standing outside Who are they? I don't know. It's some little league shit. Like it ain't like the WWF or it's like some little promotion. But they're going to be out there wrestling. From what the sign said, it said at 8 o'clock. So we'll see. I had to find it. I didn't see a ring set up nowhere. But then again, I've been gone for a couple hours now. Um, and I'll try to be back there by 6. So we'll see. Dolly Vision, it's Cameron. I've seen a photo of them in Cameron City Limits. Oh, I'm confused, Matt. When I said, hey, like I know them my whole life, but kept going, I didn't join the crowd. Okay. Dolly, you have Turtle Island. Turtle Island starts on, I think, the 15th. Uh, Clue finally got her belt. So usually we wait till the person gets their belt before we start up the next season. So she got that. We're just waiting to start it up now. With so much going on, you should be live just to show your Freddy pics. Memorial. I grew up. Okay. Dolly, don't try to get in that wrestling ring. Okay, Miss Anhorn, I'll be thinking about you when I'm there. All right. I'll figure 4 leg lock one of the Hardy Boys for you off the flying rope. They look old. I remember they were young looking. I seen them earlier today. They looked like they were damn my age. You never heard of Art the Clown? Okay, it's the movie Terrifier. So, and that's Art the Clown right there. All right. Carmela, Cat, try drinking lemon. I don't know what does that say. In your water. We love you, Dolly. Yeah, I like water with lemon in it better than I like just water. So we try to find stuff to flavor water with, so I drink more water. But all of it's just nasty as shit, right? And I'm so hooked on soda, but I haven't drank a soda today. I drank watermelon mango juice, and I drank a tea, strawberry lemonade tea. Lemon is great in your water, especially for leg cramps. Okay. Hey, Dolly from Pictou County, Nova Scotia. Hey, good to see you. Y'all get out there and find those kids. Put some pressure on the RCMP. It's sad what's going on, and hopefully there's some justice for Jack and Lily. It don't look like there's going to be. Everybody here talking saying, "Oh, well, we think they buried those kids." That's never good. Okay, that is never good when people are like, "Oh, I think they buried the kids." It's hard to find kids underground. It's hard enough to find kids above ground, but try to find them underground, damn near impossible. I use a little zero sugar water flavored water in my plain water. I don't know what that is. Thank you guys. All right. Well, look, I'm gonna get out of here. Keep Jack and Lily's name out there. Put pressure on the RCMP. Demand answers, Canada. Okay. If you don't, we're sending all your Canadian geese back in flocks. And be looking for me to go live around 8 o'clock. I'm gonna bring y'all some professional wrestling tonight. Okay. I'm gonna jump on the top rope and do a backflip and land on top of somebody. No, that ain't happening. But if I do find a ring, it's supposed to be set up somewhere around the convention center outside. We will be live around 8 o'clock with that. Okay. But until then, you guys be safe, stay good, stay blessed, and remember, did you like my Dolly announcement? I don't know what your Dolly announcement was. But anyway, y'all be good, and remember, Dolly loves you. Peace.